up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Holly. Y'all already know what's going on. We here listening today. We're reacting to a Nick Cannon interview, as y'all can see on the screen. Y'all know what you clicked on. All right, listen. I seen the title last night. I was tucking myself into bed, wrapping the cover around me like 3 times. I was in burrito mode. All right, I was ready to be a burrito. And then I seen this scrolling down my Twitter, trying to find something to fall asleep to. You know what I'm saying? And it says Eminem rapping that I almost beat him up based on reality. Now, if he's talking about the Lord Jamar, I mean, not the Lord Jamar, Lord above. Now, look at Lord Jamar just getting stuck in people's head every time you mention Eminem. He's talking his way into all of our households. But anyway, so in the Lord above thing, he said, you was going to beat me up. Who, you know, y'all know the verse. He wasn't saying that Nick was actually going to beat him up. He was like, you was going to beat me up? Get out of here. That's basically what the bar was about. You know what I'm saying? So we're about to hear Nick Cannon's recollection of the story and see what he got to say. You know what I'm saying? Let's hop into this. Y'all hit that sub button. We on that road to 100K, trying to hit that goal by March 31st. Oh, and y'all see it? The Eminem poster is up, the 8 Mile poster. So y'all can get up off my back. I got a video of me putting it up. I just got to edit it and get it up. But that'll be up in the next couple of days. Maybe I might drop it on Saturday. But let's hop into this.
Talked about Eminem on a number of occasions.
Too much. Do we have?
Hey, listen, if y'all been pulling up to my live streams, we have been donations for me to get some beats, because I got gaming headphones and my community is roasting me about it.
Do we have to?
We have to talk about this.
Because I think you might talk about Eminem more than I talk about Eminem.
Possibly.
Facts.
And I think you're the reason I always get in Eminem conversations.
Right. Well,
me, you, and Lord Jamar.
Lord Jamar. And we'll get to that. So, you were minding your own business one day, and then Fat Joe dropped his album.
See, this is why I don't be agreeing with the way people set this up. Bruh, Nick Cannon was just chilling. They dissed each other 9 years ago. Bruh, Nick Cannon just was on T.I.'s podcast and was talking about how he wanted to beat Eminem up over Mariah Carey back in the day. That was like a month before that verse came out, if not closer. So why do people keep trying to pretend like Eminem just dissed Nick Cannon for no reason?
You were minding your own business one day, and then Fat Joe dropped his album.
My man.
And on the song Lord Above, you get mentioned.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy that nobody ever says, like, well, you know what I'm saying? He really mentioned me because I said his name on a couple Vlad interviews and T.I.'s podcast. I kept talking about him.
I let her chop my balls off, too, before I lost to you, Nick. With some other stuff about Mariah.
He said he admitted that he was going to get his ass, was going to whoop his ass. He admitted that. Almost got my ass kicked.
He did not say that. That is not what... If he actually said that, I would give you credit. But he didn't say that. Like, listen, if somebody's correct in an argument, no matter who you like or dislike, I don't dislike Nick Cannon. And Eminem's my guy, right? But Nick Cannon, he's done a lot for people. You know what I'm saying? And what was I about to say? If you was telling the correct story, I would give you kudos. No matter who I like more in the situation, I would give you your kudos. But everything in this 47 seconds we've watched is a lie. It's a lie.
He said he admitted that he was going to get his ass, was going to whoop his ass. He admitted that.
Nick Cannon, please give me the timestamps. Where are the timestamps?
Almost got my ass kicked. Almost.
Oh, so he's talking about you kicking.
Who else was gonna kick his ass? I went looking for that motherfucker. We've had this conversation several times.
How close?
Judging by his lack of ability to break down Eminem's bars, to not know that he was saying, you was gonna beat me up? Yeah, right. But he interpreted it, Nick was gonna beat me up. We understand why those 3 diss tracks came out the way they was. If you breaking down those bars, like, listen, let's get back into it.
I went looking for that motherfucker. We've had this conversation several times.
How close did you get?
I went to Detroit. He don't live in Detroit.
You live in Detroit?
Not. Now you don't live nowhere near 7 or 8 miles. He lives in Michigan.
In a mansion somewhere.
Yeah, which rightly so. You're supposed to come up.
Of course.
But, you know, and then I believe it was the BET Awards. And like I said, again, at the time, I was managed by Chris Lighty. So was musically at the time. So was Mariah. And
I mean, T.I. also doesn't still live in Bankhead, right? I'm pretty sure some of them Cali legends don't still live on Crenshaw, right? But you know what I'm saying? For sake of argument, we're going to say that was a good point. It was a terrible point.
So was musically at the time. So was Mariah. And we know Chris was managing 50. He was talking to Paul all the time. So there's a lot of conversation going on. And this is, again, this is a decade ago, over a decade ago. And everybody knew how serious I was. Like, I was there to defend my wife. I ain't give a fuck about no lyrics. I ain't give a fuck about, like, you said some disrespectful shit about my wife, and I'm going to beat your ass. That was my mentality in 2009, 10, 8, whatever year that was. And so I was like, I'm trying to, what's happening? Like,
now I do agree with Nick. If somebody was talking about my girl, sorry, you're getting the fisticuffs. I'm pulling up. You know what I'm saying? How it got to that point, I'm not exactly sure. We'll probably do like a breakdown. Y'all told me the Bagpipes in Baghdad Eminem song is the first time the disc came. Now, me personally, I know y'all are about to roast me and tell me to take Eminem off my wall. But I've only listened to that song like twice, and it was like when the album first came out. All right, it wasn't like one of my favorites, so I didn't listen to it a lot. But we'll go back and listen to that and see what they got.
Year that was. And so I was like, I'm trying to, what's happening? Like, I even at the time, crazy people don't know this, Emmanuel Stewart, you know, God rest his soul, one of the greatest boxing trainers ever, was working with M, because I think M was supposed to do that boxing movie that Jake Gyllenhaal did. So he was training with dude, and Emmanuel, I was at a fight one time, and everybody know I box and all that stuff, so Emmanuel was like, yo, he ready for it. I was like, set it up, E. Set it, whatever. All money goes to charity. He was like, I was like, you know, I do this. Like, that's all I wanted. Real talk, I was like, I want to match whatever energy he's on. I know I ain't going to out-rap the motherfucker, but I was like, yo, if he...
Oh, we know. We know. Hey, you got to commend him for trying, though. He tried. I
was like, I want to match whatever energy he's on. I know I ain't gonna out-rap the motherfucker, but I was like, yo, if he really got a problem with me and my wife, he talking that shit, you gotta have, I feel like people can say whatever they wanna say in life, but you gotta be able to deal with the consequences that come with your mouth.
Well,
simple as that.
To be fair, people at the level of Eminem, you, and even me for that matter, we all have security around us. No one's gonna allow a fist fight. Someone's gonna get shot in the process. Like,
nah, see, but that's like, cause I wasn't on that. I wasn't on some erratic fan shit. I'm on some, let's have a conversation. You disrespected, like I had this conversation.
Is it let's have a conversation or is it let's fight? You know what I'm saying? Whichever one, you know what I'm saying? That's the decision you choose. I'm just trying to get the actual story correct. You know what I'm saying?
With Howard Stern. A very man-to-man conversation, because me and Howard Stern at first were rivals. I was on his radio station, 92.3 in New York. He was Howard Stern. He said some disrespectful shit about Mariah. Then when he found out I was on the radio, he started going in. I was like, my dude, see me. Like, what we can have a conversation, and whatever that escalates to, there. But I'm an intelligent man. Let's first have this conversation. But know that if you disrespect anyone in my family in my face, it's happening. Like, whatever, like, it's going to turn physical.
We gotta give Nick some points for that. Those are true statements. If y'all can hate on Nick all you want, that is a true statement. Somebody disrespect your family, it's all types of elbows, RKOs, DDTs, tombstones, what's another one? Suplexes. They getting all of that.
I didn't have to get that, because Howard Stern is a wise man. Sat down, dinner, me, Mariah, Howard. I'm sorry, I was immature. Moved on. I was expecting some of the same things with
Wait, Howard Stern apologized to you and Mariah in person?
Absolutely. Okay. And now Howard Stern is not only one of my closest friends or associates in the industry, but a mentor, someone I call when I need help. Because, and first of all, Howard Stern's in his 60s. Let's go there. Like, but at that time, he was saying some same level shit that Eminem was saying. And I was like, and this is the root of the problem, Vlad. And this is where, you know, I'm all for the jokes, I'm all for the competition and the hip hop. But there's a mentality. It goes all the way back to the slave codes, when the slave codes were established, that there was practices that the slave master, the oppressor, would rape a black woman and make her husband stand there and watch. And he couldn't do anything about it. If he did anything about it, he was dead. It was illegal. So I'm supposed to stand here in 2008, 2009, and let this white man disrespect my wife, a woman of color, whatever you want to believe her color is, because that's a whole nother debate. She ain't even black. Her daddy blacker than me from Harlem, but we ain't gonna get into that. like whatever you believe that's a woman of color, and I'm not supposed to do nothing. And then I got
yeah. If somebody disrespect your family, elbows, choke slams, and chokeholds. That's it.
It's a woman of color, and I'm not supposed to do nothing. And then I got my entire community be like, man, let that shit go. Fuck out of here.
Nah, if somebody say something about your family, you gotta pull up with the fisticuffs, okay? You gotta pull up with the fisticuffs.
Nothing. And then,
like, for anybody who said, listen, let's be realistic right here, all right? You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff that Nick Cannon said, especially in his diss tracks, I do not agree with, all right? But if you disrespect somebody's family, even though y'all could say Eminem does it all the time, which is cool. But when you say those things, bro, listen, Eminem rap about my mom, I'm pulling up. You know what I'm saying? I might not. Listen, I might, you know what I'm saying, take that promotion and try to get on. But nah. If somebody says something about your family, it doesn't matter who it's coming from. If somebody says something disrespectful about you, you should have a want to retaliate type of energy. And if you're giving passes, you're lying. I'm pretty sure somebody in this camera, you know what I'm saying, done fought over something being said about their brother or sister or wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend. So don't be capping in my comments. I know you have tried to fight somebody or get physical with somebody because they said something about somebody you love.
But we ain't gonna get into that. like whatever you believe that's a woman of color, and I'm not supposed to do nothing. And then I got my entire community be like, man, let that shit go. Fuck out of here, let that go. Would you let that go if that was your wife? Would you let that go if that was the mother of your children? And this man is gonna sit there and laugh at you in your face because he can rhyme some words together? I'm beating his ass. Or he's gonna have to say, you know what? I didn't see it that way, Nick. You know what? I didn't think it goes all the way back. I see where you're coming from, man, because that not only did I hurt you, but I hurt an entire community based off of my anger. And therefore, now I can project this and continue to see little boys and girls of color have to deal with this racial institutionalization that, a white man can say whatever he wants to say when he's angry and there's no repercussions behind it. No, you're going to see some repercussions. It's going to happen.
Well, he mentioned Mariah again on the Fat Joe song.
Yeah.
Once again.
Once a motherfucker.
I'm not going to read the lyrics.
And mental health. And he didn't get, you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
But didn't Nick Cannon call Orlando Brown crazy? That might just be me. You know what I'm saying? That might be me. I could have swore he called Orlando Brown crazy or like mental or something like that. You can't be flipping flop. You can't be flipping and flopping, Nicholas. All right.
And mental health. And he didn't get, you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
As strong as Mariah was to come out and say, y'all been dealing with issues and dealing with, and came out and spoke.
Hold on, but in Nick Cannon's diss tracks, wasn't he talking about Eminem being like a drug addict, even though he's been like 11 years sober? And there's a big thing in America about people getting off drugs and stuff. Like, I get it was retaliation, but you know what I'm saying? It's almost, once you go to that level with somebody, you can't then, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, you talked about her being crazy. You talked about him doing drugs. It's all who does it first. I don't know if y'all want to look at it that way, but in his diss tracks, he was calling him like a drug addict. I'm a Slick Rick. He called him a drug addict, and that diss track was garbage.
And now is an advocate for it, and he gonna call her a nut job and all that stuff, and you don't see the problem. We just gonna let that ride, huh? We all mental health advocates now. All of us.
Everybody's get clean advocates too, but. Hey, listen.
But
the one thing that I agree with Nick is if somebody says something about your family, you should stand up for them. Or anybody you love, you should stand up for them. I do agree with that. The revisionist history that took place in the beginning of this video, I can't even click back fast enough. of Eminem said you were about to be that okay, that did not happen. None of that is true. Okay. They revised history. Oh, Nick Cannon was just minding his business. That's cap. Alright, that's cap. You was talking on all of the podcast, bro. Come on. That's the only thing I don't like about this whole, like, when people talk about this whole situation, it's like, y'all know y'all are clearly lying. That's not the order of events. But anyway, y'all give me y'all thoughts on this. How do y'all feel about it? If Big Holla drops some bars on your family member, how many punches to the nose am I getting? Y'all let me know. However many likes, that's how many nostril punches I'm getting. I just want to see how many we can get. You know what I'm saying? My nose is kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's taking some hits in its day, but it's still holding up pretty straight. So y'all don't hit that like button too many times. Or you can spam it. It don't matter. Listen. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Big Holla. And until next time, we out of here.
Thought this was my all, but it isn't. They would've blamed God, but I didn't. My whole team took it in stride. We ain't never took no pride. Our love for this game is the reason why we in it. They thought this was my all, but it isn't. They would've blamed God, but I didn't. My whole team took it in stride. We ain't never took no pride. Our love for this game is the reason why we in it. You never compromise and show no change, but we still about to blow no propane. I got these thoughts of suicide. Since these people want me dead, I'll take a bullet to the head like Cobain.